Hi guys, welcome back to our second tutorial of my new series called Learning Java, brought to you by Interactive Programming. Previously, we covered setting up the JDK and NetBeans. Today, we will be creating our first application using user input. Alright, let's get started. Open up NetBeans wherever you installed it, and just go on File, New Project, or just press this New Project button. A dialog will appear. Choose Java and Java Application. Press Next. Here is where you're going to enter your name of your application. I'm just going to call it interactive. And we want to create a main class. Let's call this main. Press finish. And as you can see, NetBeans has created our interactive folder. And if we scroll down, you can see the main package and our class called interactive. So now let me explain some things to you. A Java application or a project is kind of like a book. The book itself is the application. And inside the book, there are chapters, pages, and paragraphs. The chapters are like the packages. Packages are basically folders that store your classes or other files. And inside the chapters, you have pages. Pages are like the class. And inside the class, they have methods and functions. Methods and functions are basically small lines of code written together because they perform a certain task. Now, remember when we checked the dialog for creating a main class? Well, that means when a Java application is running, it calls one class. Well, not specifically one, you can have multiple classes, but it calls its main class, which runs all the starting initial code, whatever you want to call it. So we have created the main class and its name is interactive. Over here, we can see it's in the package called main and it's a public class interactive. And over here, we have public static void main string square brackets args. What this means is this is creating a main method. When we run this application, Java is going to be calling this method. So whatever we type here is what's going to get executed. So remove this auto-generated code and just bear with me. I'm going to write like 4 lines of code, copy them down, and then I'll explain what each line of code does. When you type in this line of code, you will get an error, and that's because we have to import something called Java Util Scanner. Import that. Okay, we have written our little application. So on our first line, we're calling the system out print line enter your name. System out print line basically means it's writing a line to a console. For those of you who don't know what a console is like the CMD thing. It's what those ancient computers use, like MS-DOS and whatever. But inside the console, we're writing enter your name. And the scanner is basically this object or thing that is used to read consoles or files or streams. Don't worry about files and streams, just worry about the console for now. So we have scanner is equal to a new scanner, and it's called, and for our argument is system.in. We're writing system.in for our argument because that means it's going to be reading the console, so inside the console. And uh, because I don't know how to explain this, but we set it equal to a new scanner is because it's kind of like an object. I don't really know how to explain it like well enough, but just type this in. And basically it's going to be reading off the console. Whatever you type in there, it's going to be reading that. And now we're creating a new string. What's a string? String is basically a series of characters, numbers, whatever, and it's practically anything and everything except integers. So, like, your name could be a string in computer science, your house address, your phone number, whatever. So we're creating a new string and we're setting it equal to scan.nextLine. The scan is our scanner, and next line means it's going to be reading the next line we enter inside the console. And then at the end, we're just telling the console, okay, write welcome plus the name. So we will get, finally, we will get this welcome string, and we will get whatever the user entered. So we can go ahead and run this by pressing this triangle over here. Notice the console is over here. This is the output. This is where the console actually is. NetBeans is not going to create that CMD window. It's not going to create this and then export our code, unlike in C++ and C Sharp. The console is right over here, which is kind of useful, I guess. So enter your name. Okay, and we press enter. It says welcome interactive programming. It worked. And over here it tells you how long your build was. That means how long your application ran. So thank you for watching. Today we learned about scanners and consoles. I know computer science isn't easy, but with practice you will attain mastery. Thank you for watching and please stay tuned for the next tutorial.